Hi everyone. So this is a short video in order to support the curriculum of Below the Surface, 10-week somatic shadow work exploration. And this is week 1. And if you are not part of this module and you see this on YouTube, it's still helpful. And if you resonate, you can join me in future modules in a few months. All right, so so my aim here is to give you a certain knowledge, experiential knowledge about the inner world, about awareness, about the mind, about the emotions, and how to work with our pain body in preparation for our delving into deeper, more difficult exploration of our patterns, our suffering. But in order to do that, we need to, as I mentioned before, to develop the light, develop the lantern that we are going to bring to expose it to the skeletons or bring it to the vault where it's dark and seemingly scary stuff are there. So in order to ensure that this work happens skillfully and without too many side effects, I recommend various teachings and various daily practices. So what I recommend, also I put here below 3 playlists that I mentioned to you guys in person. 3 playlists, they are in the body, in the description here below. These are ongoing resources that will be very helpful as a companion to strengthen your inner work. So one playlist has guided meditations. Guided meditations. There are like over 100 guided meditations with me. The aim of those is to help people develop a skillful awareness, mindfulness, presence practice. So if you are new to meditation, I recommend to scroll in that playlist, guided meditations, and maybe find some older guided meditations or some meditations that say intro to mindfulness or intro to awareness practice. I recommend you do that. If you're already familiar with meditation in the form of Zen, Vipassana, just being present, you have already experience with it prior to coming to me, then you can engage in any of the guided meditations there. Some of them are longer, 30-40 minutes. Some are shorter, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I recommend you practice some of these guided meditations. I would recommend 5 days a week. Also, as you get a hang of it, I recommend you have your own solo meditation presence practice without my guidance. So you just set time aside, let's say 10 minutes or 15 minutes in the morning. Do some stretching first, do some yoga, do something, wake yourself up, and then practice about 12 minutes on the clock, 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes on the clock, along the lines that I described in our meeting or in the guided meditations. That will be very helpful. It is really hard to evolve, to make serious changes in our life. It's really hard to face our pain body, our deeply buried emotions without this ability to witness and just be present to natural stuff, normal stuff. What I mean, not hot potatoes, more like a neutral state. We are usually not even present to a neutral state. We are constantly checked out in thoughts, in past and future, in rehashing. The space of awareness is full of thoughts. So we barely, without training, are able to be present to a neutral situation, let alone being present to stronger emotions or stronger energies in the body. So this mindfulness awareness practice is very helpful, whether you are interested in healing, processing trauma, being more receptive to reality, being more enjoying the trees, the clouds, the people, being more there, or whether you are interested to go deeper into what is called awakening to our true nature and so on. So, guided meditation 5 times a week. Another playlist below here, it's a playlist called Toolbox of Practices. A Toolbox of Practices. They are short videos there, which all contain some very practical exercise, alarm clock, tool. In that playlist, there will be up to about 100 tools, and the first 10, 15, 20, they focus more on jump starting this quality of being present and how to engage in this presence practice, not just in meditation, but in everyday life, as you are walking, as you are brushing your teeth, as you are driving, as you are going through the park. So very important to bring being more conscious in everyday life where our suffering happens. Yeah. So I will each week I will point to 1 or 2 of these tools, and then I recommend to watch those videos, tool 1 and tool 2 and tool 3. So first 3 tools I recommend for week 1. Watch it maybe once or twice and maybe take some notes and try to practice those. Try to apply them. They are very experiential, practical exercises that will raise your level of awareness, which we need and you would want. Yeah, so playlist Toolbox of Practices. And homework for this week is go through tool 1, 2, and 3 and try to apply it. A third playlist, which we are not going to need right away, but it's there, it's this guided psychosomatic processing. These are guided processing. We'll use that a little bit later. I want to establish first a foundation of more presence and more being more stable within one's consciousness before start facing the skeletons and various things. So those are the 3 playlists which are ongoing helpful resources for our work. As knowledge, part of evolutionary work, part of growth is to develop one's being, one's capacity to be aware, observe, process. So there's a development of being, and then there's a development of knowledge. And this is not regular human knowledge, but knowledge coming from a higher consciousness, higher mind, from sages, which are like maps, how to navigate our suffering and to come out lighter on the other side. So the study of consciousness knowledge or esoteric knowledge is very important from the point of view of applying it together. So what I recommend, and I'm aware that some of the people coming to this module or people out there, you are different levels of experience, or some of you are practitioners, therapists, some of you are newer at this. So what I recommend is Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, or The New Earth. I recommend you get a copy of that, The Power of Now, or The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, as a book, as well as like Spotify or Audible or even free YouTube, Power of Now, read by Eckhart Tolle. Make sure it's not the AI variation where it's read quickly, there are no pauses, there's no texture of Eckhart's presence there. So you can even get those Audible. And I recommend you really listen to it or study it little by little, part of this module, and try to apply the best you can what he says, and then bring any questions or difficulties to me. The work we are doing here, below the surface, psychosomatic shadow work from awareness, it's very much connected with what Eckhart Tolle is saying. So I highly recommend you study that if you are familiar with Eckhart Tolle, you studied long time ago, but it's been a long time, I recommend you refreshing it. There is another author and book that I recommend as a curriculum of esoteric knowledge. This is for people who are somehow more into deeper, let's say, into interest in awakening or things like that. It's a book that I read that I find to be the most precious, my most favorite book of all, that changed my life and changed the life of thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the last 70 years. It's a book called In Search of the Miraculous. In Search of the Miraculous by Peter Demianovich Uspensky. So Peter Uspensky, In Search of the Miraculous. It's a copy. Get this book, or Spotify or Audible, I highly recommend, as ongoing study for our module. All right, so look forward to share practical knowledge and practical tools to strengthen our inner work. So looking forward to see you all again. Ciao.